Eric, I don't know if you heard just a moment ago, Fitch affirming the ratings of Brazil, and we're seeing a bounce in the Brazilian market today. But yesterday was really carnage. EWZ, is that the biggest Brazilian ETF? Is that right?
Yeah, this one's like 90% of the whole category, right? So EWZ, as an analyst, it put up numbers that I've never seen before. Basically went down 16% record. It traded 5.5 billion. That's that spike at the bottom there. That's
the volume that we
yeah.
see.
Look at that volume
yeah.
versus the rest of its life there. But not only that, 5.5 billion traded. It traded more than any U.S. stock. Apple only traded 5 billion yesterday,
wow.
right? So that is really something. It shows you that more and more people are using, in this case, a single country ETF in place of a futures contract. A lot of institutions were getting quick exposure with it. If you look at some of the holders, it's got some famous holders. Bridgewater is a holder of this, and so is the state of Tennessee, which some people find interesting, although they're just trying to get an emerging markets exposure. But this was a case where, look, the ETF basically gave up all of the gains from the year. Now it's up 0% year to date. Remember, it had a good run. Yeah. Still up 30% in the past 12 months, though. And the bounce back was interesting, though, that 5.5 billion and a negative 16% return. I would have thought $1 billion in outflows. But it actually took in money yesterday, which was a shocker. And I think that late in the day there was a slight rebound, and overnight it was up 5%. So I think some creation activity late in the day offset all the redemptions.
Now, as with anything in the ETF world right now, there are leveraged ETFs also on Brazil. And we have a look at that ETF, one of those ETFs also, and the volume on that.
Yeah, so this is, for investors who are looking to ride the dragon.
And it's BRZU.
Yeah, BRZU is an ETF that most people don't know. It's triple leveraged Brazil. You can see the volume on that was insane, and also it went down 47% yesterday. World record for any ETF single-day drop. Even the triple leveraged financial ETF was only down 43% in its worst day in 2008. That tells you how bad it was. And the thing about this one is it traded $360 million of shares, which was more than General Motors traded. But the thing, it only has 40 million in assets, so it had 900% turnover in a day. That's like a year for most ETFs. So there was a lot of activity. Look, if you're looking to make money and you're into volatility, I could see if that would be an attractive ETF for trading this.
Just really quickly here, of course, Brazil is in a lot of just general emerging markets ETFs. So how does this affect them?
Right. So for most average investors who don't do any of that, in EM ETFs and funds, Brazil's about a 6 to 9% weighting, depending on the fund. For example, VWO, I think, has the most Brazil at about 7.5%. EEM and IEMG are the two of the big ones. They're a little lower. And the reason for that is because IEMG and EEM include South Korea as an emerging market. VWO doesn't. So therefore, VWO will allocate to have a higher weight in other EM countries because it has no South Korea.
All right.